Hey guys, hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we will dive into Python fundamentals. So, first, why we need to learn fundamentals of a programming language? No worries, the answer is here. As we need to understand the whole language clearly, we need to know the fundamentals. So, if we say it in layman words, in order to frame a sentence, you need to learn grammar, right? Same here also for a programming language. So, now we will dive into the agenda of our session. Identifiers, keywords, variables and data types, and conditional statements. So, first we will know about identifiers. The name itself defines what identifiers are. So, in Python, identifier is nothing but names given to variables, functions, classes, modules, or any other objects. Here, there are few rules for identifiers in Python. Character set. So identifiers can contain letters both uppercase and lowercase, digits and underscores. However, they cannot start with a digit. So the Python identifier should not start with a digit. And the next one is case sensitivity. So Python is case sensitive. This means that my variable in which if M is small letter and V is the capital letter in my variable. So if we take another example, my variable in which it is a snake case. There are a few cases like snake case, camel case. So we'll be discussing in the later sessions about those. But here in this concept, case sensitivity means if the word spelling is same, but if they differ in alphabets like uppercase or lowercase, so it is considered as case sensitivity. So which means if the spellings are same but they are used with different letters like lowercase and uppercase, then they both are considered as the different identifiers. Okay, clear. And the next one is reserved words. You cannot use reserved words. Reserved words are nothing but the keywords in Python. So you cannot use these reserved words as an identifier. So keywords are special words that are part of the Python language and have predefined meaning. For example, there are few keywords like if, else, while, for, def, class, and many more. And the next one is convention. It's a convention in Python to use lowercase letters for variable names and underscores to separate words in multi-word variable names. For class names, the convention is to use camel case. Camel case is nothing but it is starting with uppercase letter for each word without any spaces. I'll show you the example for those also. And the next one is length. So there is no limit for the length of identifiers, but it's recommended to keep them meaningful and reasonably short. There is no particular length that the identifier should be of this particular length only, but it is better to keep the length short. So look here guys. So this is a camel case. Camel case is nothing but my variable which is not separated. There is no any separated used, but just what we have to do is uppercase the first word. See, in my variable M is capital and V is capital. This is a camel case. So snake case is nothing but it is separated by a underscore. So this is the snake case. My variable is a snake case. So as we have discussed earlier, it is case sensitive. This means my variable and my variable, both the pronunciation and the spelling is also same, but these two are considered as the different identifiers. Clear? Okay. So next, and the next one is length. As we have already discussed, there is no limit on the length of identifiers, but it's recommended to keep them meaningful and reasonably it must be short. Hope you got this. So we will look into some examples of valid identifiers. So few examples of valid identifiers are my variable. This is a valid identifier. my class. As we have discussed in the convention that for class names, the convention that must be used is a camel case. So this is a valid identifier. So it is a camel case convention. Okay. And the next one is some function. So these are the few valid identifiers. So if we can consider of some examples of few invalid identifiers. So variable, as we have discussed that it should not start with a digit. As here it started with a digit, it is an invalid identifier. As we earlier discussed that a keyword must not be used as an identifier. For as far is a keyword, it should not be used as an identifier, so it is considered as the invalid identifier. Hope this is clear for you guys. And next we will be moving on to the next slide, which is the keywords. So as you know how grammar is the key foundation to languages, similarly keywords play a key role in any language. Understood? So in Python, a keyword is a reserved word that has a special meaning and purpose within the language syntax. These keywords are predefined and cannot be used for any other purpose like naming variables or functions. They serve as building blocks for defining the structure and logic of Python programs. So generally in Python there are 33 keywords. All these keywords will be in lowercase only. And one more fascinating thing about these Python keywords is you need not remember each and every Python keyword by heart. Those keywords that is not required. You just import the keywords and you just print them. Then it will be displayed in the console itself. I will show them practically. You need not worry about that. Hope my screen is visible to you. So just write import keyword, print keyword dot list. So it will be printed in the list form. Hit enter and see. Here all the keywords have been printed. So you need not remember each and every keyword in Python. Hope you understood this. Just write the import keyword, print keyword dot kws. As we have discussed that these all keywords will be in the lowercase letters only. All these are in the lowercase itself. Hope you understood this keywords concept. And next we will be moving on to the next slide, which is variables. In there we will be discussing what variables are. So in Python, variables are used to store data values. So here in Python, in order to use a variable, you need to define which type of variable it is, right? So here you need not define any data type. So Python is a dynamically typed language, which means you need not explicitly declare the type of a variable, which type it is. You need not mention that. Okay, clear. So variable can be assigned using assignment operator. For example, A is equal to 10, B is equals to 5, like this. During execution, the type of a variable is inferred from the context in which it is being used. So hence Python is called as dynamically typed language. So we will go through a few examples of how the variable is used in Python language. So look here guys, x is assigned 5, y is equals to a. We have assigned a string. In the next slide we will be discussing the data types. What are the data types included in the Python programming language? So x is assigned a value y and z. So I have printed the value of x 5, and here I will be printing y hello, and print z. So the fascinating feature of a Python programming language in the variables concept is variables can be reassigned with values of different types. Okay, clear? So Python allows multiple assignments in a single line. So you can use like this also, a comma b comma c is equals to 5 comma hello comma 2, 2.14. Let's take a floating value and we will print a 5. See how is it working? Hope you guys got this. Or we can use in another way also. A is equals to 10 and we will be separate. We'll use the semicolon as a separator and B is equals to hello semicolon. We use the separator as a semicolon and C is equals to 2.14. Sorry, I have used hyphen, sorry for that. A is equals to 10, separator is a semicolon, B equal to hello. See, now let's print C. Hope you guys got this. Okay, clear. And in the next slide, we will be explaining the data types and what are the conditional statements in this session also. And next, we will be moving on to the next slide. In this slide, we will be discussing the data types in a Python programming language. So generally, Python supports 3 categories of data types. And the first one is the basic types, user-defined types, and the container types. So, what is the basic type? First, we will understand the examples of different basic types. So, in the basic types, there is int, float, complex, bool, string, and bytes. And in the user-defined type, it is a class. And in the container type, it will be list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So these are the container types in which we can store the multiple values in that. So first we will discuss about int. So int can be expressed in binary, decimal, octal, and hexadecimal. So float can be expressed in fractional or exponential form. Then and complex contains real and imaginary part. As you all know that how a complex form will be, right? For example, 3 plus 2j, 1 plus 4j, like this. And the bool, you know that what is a bool? Boolean values like true and false. And next one is the string. String is an immutable collection of Unicode characters enclosed. So it can be separated using double quotes, single quotes, or either triple quotes also. So bytes, what are bytes? Bytes can represent binary data. So in order to determine the type of a particular data, you can just type a function type of and you can give a value there. So Python has arbitrary precision integers, hence you can create as big integers as you want. Moreover, arithmetic operations can be performed on integers without worrying about the overflow or underflow concepts. So I'll be discussing all these arithmetic operations. There are various operations in the Python programming language. I'll be discussing in the next session. Until then, stay tuned for more updates. And we'll be discussing many more concepts. We'll be discussing in depth about the Python programming language. This is a basic level. You guys will be able to understand this session also. If you have any doubts, please leave the comments in the comment section. And as it is a user defined, who is the user? One who types the code, one who writes the code is a user defined, which means you are going to create a class here. So you guys may be confused about these concepts. These class concepts will be explained later. First focus on basic types, then container types. Container types are nothing but list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So these also have a syntax like dictionary has a key value pairs like this. Okay, clear. So we will be moving on to the next session. So we'll be discussing the next slide. It is nothing but the conditional statements. So what is a conditional statement? The word itself defines what a conditional statement is. Condition. So there are various conditional statements in Python programming language, and they are if. So conditional statement is nothing but it executes a block of code only when a specific condition is true. So it executes the code when the condition is true. If the condition satisfies, then it will execute the code and prints the output. So let's see the syntax, and I will be explaining each and every example in the later sessions. This is a fundamental session, so I'm not explaining you anything here. Just I'm explaining you only the syntaxes, so that it won't be very much confusing to you. Anyhow, I'll be explaining each example for each concept, one example for each concept. Don't worry about that. But no, this is not a exact code we need to learn. There are many things to explore. That's why I'm just explaining you the fundamentals. Step by step, we will be moving on to the next sessions. Clear? So let's see how the syntax of if statement will be. See, if condition 1, statement 1. So if the condition here is true, it will execute this statement and gives us the output. Clear? And the next one is if else. The statement itself says that if else syntax. How an if else syntax looks like, you people can guess, right? So if condition 1, so here see, if this condition is true, it will execute this statement. Statement 1 will be executed. If else, if this condition fails, it will come here, and then it will execute the statement 2. Clear? So this is when, if the condition 1 fails, it will automatically print the statement 2. And the next one is nested one. Nested is nothing but we will be having multiple if else statements in a condition. So see, it might be a bit confusing, but don't worry, we'll discuss all the examples of these conditional statements also. So if condition 1 is true, it will enter to condition 2. So if this condition is satisfied, it will enter here. It will enter into the loop. So if condition 2 is true, if it satisfies the condition 2 also, it will print the statement 1. Clear? So if it fails in the first step only, if it fails here only, it will come here and it will execute the block of code. So here what the code has been written, it will print that output. So next, it will be coming to this condition, if condition 1. So here if this condition 1 is true, it will execute this block of code and print whatever there is the statement has been given. And if this condition has been failed, it will come to the else part. And if this condition is true, it will print this statement. Clear? If not, the blank output will be given for us. And next one is elif. So if in elif, in this condition, there is an elif statement, like if this condition is true, you execute this. If not, you just go to this statement. If this condition is satisfied with the condition that you have given, please execute statement 2. If not, please execute the statement 3. Right? So you don't worry about this, guys. It will be a bit confusing for you, and it looks like difficult for you. Just if you are a beginner only, you need not worry about that. I'll be explaining the examples in the later sessions as well. You need not worry about that. So you may get a doubt, when there is if else statement, why this elif has come into the picture. So when to use this elif statement is when you have multiple conditional statements between if and else, you can use this elif statement. This elif statement is optional. So what is a nested is, nested conditional block is nothing but the conditional block. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have any doubts regarding this conditional statement or previously discussed concepts, you can please ping us in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, please do like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned for more latest updates, and thank you so much everyone for watching this video from Aspirational Techies and team. Thank you guys. Let's meet in the next session.